at a distance is always interesting, especially like based off of certain matchups.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Zane is picking into Joker here, I think, is brilliant because
Yeah.
you don't really want to pick a character that centralizes a lot of their space control around projectiles. You want someone who's able to supplement their control with projectiles. And there's also a lot of just silly situations where Joker could just win out over the Belmonts. I think from guns and back air alone are going to be tools that Dark Falcon has to be very aware of throughout this set.
Yeah, and you mentioned this. I kind of forgot that Zane. I forgot they had Joker in the in the playbook. So I mean, you could probably tell me a little bit of something about this Joker. I kind of can't recall where, as far as Duck Hunt is the main. Where does Joker kind of fall on this chain for Zane?
So right now it falls off stage as Dark Falcon breaks first blood. But as far as the origins of this Joker, this is a character that's been a bit more in the works as of late. I think within the past month is where Zane has put more of a serious effort to having Joker work alongside Duck Hunt. I can't see them replacing their Duck Hunt. Their Duck Hunt has seriously put them on the map to a national scale, and in general is a great character for picking around certain types of playstyles and certain matchups. Joker, however, is on like a whole nother level for what he can bring to the table. And as far as the type of space control that Joker provides, I feel is somewhat similar to Duck Hunt, if a bit simpler, just by nature of like less complicated and better buttons.
Sure. No, I mean, that makes a ton of sense. And Zane just being a good player in general, like, is going to benefit from an overall better character. I mean, it's no mystery that Duck Hunt is not in the top ranks of players, and it's also no mystery that Joker is. So, just seeing a really smart and talented player, figure out the things that the character does and then able to effectively do them is always a good time.
Now, I do know there are certain aspects of this character where Zane is a direct disciple of Dre Charles. Big shoutouts to Dre here, and if you know anything about their own style of Joker, they're extremely knowledgeable about this character. So I would not be surprised if Zane has some, like, hidden little tricks of the trade hidden under that coat of his.
I mean, we might see at the very least has the basics down with the drag down up airs. But things very even here. Dark Falcon not really all too concerned about this Joker at all. So whether he's able to get game one or not is a different story, but in a very good position for it.
I love the attempt at the falling up air to confirm it to something there from Dark Falcon. And as far as the matchup itself is concerned, I want to believe that this is a matchup that Dark Falcon is no stranger to. I feel like Joker is popular enough, specifically within the DNA brackets, that they should have no problem with fighting off against the character. And he's not especially difficult to keep at a distance with Belmont's tools. Even if you try to, take into consideration Reflector bad projectile buttons. But, like someone who's playing Belmont is very well aware of how dangerous a Reflector is. And taking advantage of that by co-opting the projectiles with the use of Whip has worked really well for Dark Falcon so far.
Alright.
Yeah. Ooh, the really high up B.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be it.
Yeah, no.
Really, really, really well played by Zane.
You can't get that antsy like that.
I mean, this is like, Joker is very good off stage, right? I mean, down guns are super good. Belmont's not very good off stage. Like, it's a smart pick for Zane to use Joker in this matchup for sure, especially the caliber of Belmont that we're talking here in Dark Falcon. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see the Joker hang out here for a little bit longer, at least until another game. So good, man.
Between that stock that we just saw the replay of and the second stock that Dark Falcon had lost, where there was a really deep back air from Zane, I think those are the two exact situations for justifying the Joker pick into Belmont. You want to be able to have those buttons to just burst some damage or threaten the kill when you're up close. Or you want to be able to just threaten Belmont off stage when they're at their weakest. The fact that you have such powerful tools in both of those situations without really sacrificing anything, because both of those are available to Joker regardless of S10 being alive.
Alright, so here we go, man. I'm assuming we're getting a stage switch, but it looks like characters remaining the same. I'm pretty sure Dark Falcon literally only plays Belmonts. I could be wrong, though. In any case, yeah, I don't really think it's an issue here. I bet you Dark Falcon, probably has a ton of experience on this this matchup, and probably is successful at that too. I just think it's one of those cases of you know, got to be extra careful in neutral because if you're off stage, you are extremely susceptible to a lot of bad things, which we got to see, you know, a few times last set. Literally 2 out of 3 stocks worth.
I think as far as matchup experience is concerned, this is a particular choice where Dark Falcon is shining. The pick into small battlefield under normal circumstances would seem very dangerous against Joker because of how well Joker can play to fishing along the platforms and using them to sort of circle camp in a way. But in the hands of the Belmonts, you just play the floor as lava and all of a sudden that damage is looking really pretty for you. Belmonts have no issue with controlling those platforms, taking them back if Joker takes it back, and Zane almost robbing Falcon of that stock.
Yeah, dude, a really good recognition of Dark Falcon, recognizing where Zane would drop down and what options they would take, because did survive with the 3rd stock still intact here, and possibly pressing onto a lead if he could finish the food here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard doing, though. I like the stalls with the gun, though. Very nice from Zane.
Yeah, that's the kind of cool stuff you see from Joker that you don't see from all Jokers, but like when you see it's possible, it does have a lot of utility. It's similar with like Roy Crom side Ds and stuff like that.
Very much so. I am a firm believer in the gun being like one of the best movement augmenting tools in all of Ultimate. Like, I immediately fell in love with Joker just off of what the gun can do. And there's still, I feel, a ton of untapped potential here. And that was a really wonky situation that worked out super well for Dark Falcon. But he's still not able to cap out this first stock, and at least in his defense, neither is Zane. If you spend all your time playing defensively, you never get a chance to actually break in.
Dude, I cannot. I mean, we're looking at 141, 148. This is, yeah, that's going to be it for Dark Falcon. Only so much you could do when you're in that position against Joker and you're a Belmont. So, I mean, the fact that he lived that late is still pretty good, but taking things right back.
I hope you like the sequence of stocks, because I feel like we're going to be seeing a repeat performance for 2 and 3 from both of these players. Just super consistent play from both ends, and both of them adapting equally quick to each other's mix-ups and pressure. I think is just a good showing of like what we have for this set. And look at this! Alright, nothing silly from Zane just yet. Waits for the...
God.
That was such good patience from Dark Falcon. Oh my god.
Incredible, man. That was like a position where you could have seen more antsy, but instead keeping things composed and surviving and pressing forward here. Could possibly find the small lead here, and will. That's going to be F smash up the ledge.
Yeah, Nerves of Steel are doing wonders for this Belmont player right now. Tons of times when Zane could have taken advantage of them with just back air, or a couple of times it looks like they're fishing for down air, which I don't blame them for, but yeah, the awakened down gun is such a good button against Belmont. I feel like that should be the first response that someone has when you ask them, like, what's going to happen in Joker versus Belmont.
Yeah, man, that's I would think is most of the matchup, right? Because I mean, exploiting Belmonts off stage is usually the play when you're playing against them, and that is like the ultimate move where you just destroy someone off stage. All right, moving ahead here though is Zane. Oh my God, it's so stressful watching this Belmont off stage, man. And holy crap, it literally just fell into it, dude. That was
yummy.
I don't know what to say.
They ate. They ate a full course meal right then and there.
Fed the monster and then came out the second after it was full and ended things. God.
You know, it really is something, because we've seen a couple of times that Zane went for the Rebels Guard just to sort of, you know, take advantage of all the pressure that Dark Falcon's been putting out. But they've been very aware. Dark Falcon has not really fed into the Rebels Guard at all until that very last moment.
Well, that's just it, dude. You hold like your best cards until you really have to use them, and I think that was one of the moments there, because Zane mostly clutched that out. Dark Falcon has been on their tails this whole second game, and look at that, basically full meter into a kill. Like that's brutal. That's just not much you could do there aside from not throw out all those attacks, right? like
No, yeah, actually, you bring up a good point. I feel like if Dark Falcon's a little bit more reserved with those buttons and tries to play more reactionary, I feel like they may be able to tip the scales in their favor, but I feel like that is asking a lot. This game bringing us now to Town and City. Really good choice, I feel. It's going to give a lot of space for maneuvering for Richter.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a tall order to ask Belmonts not to press buttons, and I don't even mean that in like a way where I'm being snarky. I literally just mean that the character depends on it, you know?
Oh no, I agree with you. This is no mark against Dark Falcon's playstyle. I feel like the way they've chosen to put out the whip and the projectiles just as a medley of pressure has been really smart. But I do feel like there is a value to standing there, whether or not it's in shield, preparing to grab, or even upbeat on reaction, just to continuously reset neutral in favor, could bring a bit more merit than typical Belmont play in this situation, because I feel like Zane is prepared for all of the projectiles, but they weren't prepared there.
Yeah, so this is the lead that Dark Falcon is going to want and going to need here, because this is currently sitting at 2-0. Very strong gameplay coming out from Zane, but if Dark Falcon finds this game, then, things could change here. It's not like we haven't seen reverse 3-0s or crazier things happen. This technically isn't... Oh, God, that's so scary. I feel so stressed out every time. That's... Oh, no, the whip again, letting Dark Falcon down. I feel like that whip is just not gripping the way it used to, or the way it usually does, rather.
Yeah, no, it's sometimes the angles are just super precise, and it's a shame. But that is how it goes, and that was just a really wonky situation there.
I saw some weird... There was some degree of latency there, and I don't know if that's what caused it, but it was around the same time. Either way, that is about as unfortunate of what I'm going to call an SD as you could have had here, because now things looking very, very out of reason here for Dark Falcon, but...
Yeah, asking the full game comeback is kind of rough. It's not undoable.
It's not. And I respect the fact that he has every intention of going for it. Not just kind of being like, okay, this is over, and then leaving. It's not over yet. And does get that first stock, so, I mean, if you're going to start, that's where you want to do it.
It's 1-1, only 7% and counting on Dark Falcon. Like, this is... probably best case scenario given what's gotten us to this point in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Falcon's looking pretty strong. He's really going to have to be careful. Yeah, Rebel's Guard is what I was going to say. Have to be really careful with that Rebel's Guard and anything that comes after that. But otherwise, I think that game plan is pretty solid here. Otherwise, the only thing left to do is just to execute. So, okay, yep, there's the...
You gotta hate to see it. That little animation during that time, I'm almost certain that Joker can't actually, like, interact with anything.
It's really rough to think about, and... Like if that second stock wasn't an SD for Dark Falcon, because he's been playing so on point since, where if he had it, this is a big lead for him.
Right. Oh, the footstool to down air to upbeat. It's not gonna kill you, but that's amazing.
That was so cool.
That's gonna kill though.
All right.
Some wayward DI from the down air to forward air. Beautiful play from Dark Falcon.
So here we go, man. No 3-0s here. Instead, we're going to be pushing ahead to a Game 4. Unexpected. I mean, there was a whole ass SD in there.
You know what's funny, Chris, is I literally just saw on Twitter earlier today, a Belmont was complaining that a lot of Belmont players aren't taking advantage of footstool to down air and the setups that it could potentially lead. And right then and there is perfect evidence to having such a niche situation practiced out, or at least being aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely aware of it, almost on the game with it. I mean, essentially you just won the game anyways. I feel like Zane, it makes sense to be a little shook after that. It happened very fast. So really good stuff coming out from Dark Falcon, and you know what? Maybe we might see a Game 5. I feel like something happened there after that SD. Dark Falcon really just sort of woke up.
I'm here for it. Listen, if it means both players are going to be playing even better, I'm absolutely here for it. Although taking us to a Game 5 is going to be a bit of a tall order with Smashville as the pick. Definitely not a lot of stage for Belmont to take away, and I feel like a lot of situation for Joker to be able to snatch away any type of stage control that Richter garners.
Did you see that little footstool into the cross?
This is goofy stuff right there.
Yeah. Anyways, so a little bit of a program alert for you guys after this set, which is getting a little bit more and more intense with every moment. We are going to be getting loser semis, which will feature the run back of Sola and Rivers. So don't go anywhere after this one. Definitely a lot more action to be had here. The winner will go on to play the loser of this set. So we'll see how it goes. Getting solid Arsene here right there with that axe.
Yeah, the Rebellion Gauge loves heavy hitting moves like that, and that's as simple as it gets.
Yep, that is.
Awakened Foder is a killer for a character like Dome. I mean, damn near anyone at that percentage, but
yeah, absolutely.
It's such strong lateral pressure. It hurts.
I think
it's a big button.
I think online has made people sort of, yo, dude, there it is again. I wish that killed a little bit more reliably for the sake of the Belmonts, but it doesn't. But in any case, yeah, I think people forget about just how scary Arsene can be in this game. And holy crap, I wish. It's a shame that didn't kill either. Okay, yeah, there's.
I think that's looking like the note of this current set, is that Dark Falcon's just barely out of reach. Although the little hit from the holy water bottle.
Dude, Zane's Joker is like pretty good, man.
They've been putting in a lot of work to have this as a proper, I don't know, secondary or co-main. I'm not sure if they've really decided themselves yet, but a lot of effort has gone into polishing this Joker and having it bracket ready. And if there's any set to really showcase that effort, it's definitely this one. Dark Falcon has proven, not just within their career in general, but tonight alone, how formidable of a foe they are with an unorthodox character.
Dude, absolutely. I actually can definitely see this going to Game 5 here. I think Dark Falcon now starting to respect that Rebels guard a little bit more after seeing just how quickly the tides can turn. But is really going to have to avoid this onslaught here because Zane now really starting to lay the pain on. Oh, yeah. F smash coming out more. Gonna need it.
Oh, they were not positioned properly. Alright. This is a really good situation for Dark Falcon right now. He's managing to bleed out Arsene almost to completion.
Yeah, that is a win, all things considered, especially at this percent for both of them. Getting Arsene out of here is such a big deal, and the fact that now you have stage control and got him off the ledge. The survivability of Zane is really something else.
Yeah, as Upwards back here manages to cover them finally. Say what you will about Dark Falcon taking forever to get his kills, at the very least he's making sure to continue that pressure, whether or not the persona is on or off.
This could be pretty pivotal here. Don't be surprised if we see the set end in a kind of quickly. I mean, this is a really good position for Dark Falcon to be in. The damage mounting onto Zane, and Zane at mid%. Being off stage is a bit of a concern, but here we go. More damage, less Arsene, so things looking better and better by the moment here for Dark Falcon.
Yeah, this situation looking really bleak for Zane right now. At 101 and counting, they have to get this stock off of Dark Falcon as fast as they can. But I actually really like the way that Dark Falcon is playing. Oh, that axe.
Yeah, dude, Zane trying to play it cool, hanging on the... Oh my god, that was awesome!
Oh, I love it.
I didn't know that was a thing. Alright, so here we go. Arsene back, and is going to be... Oh.
Huh.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So we are going to be seeing a Game 5. Kind of in a funny way here, but you know that was a very uphill battle for Zane. Definitely not impossible considering it's Joker and also it's Zane, but Dark Falcon is going to escape with an SD / getting killed at the same time, and again, we take those, right?
Hey, listen, when you're in bracket, anything goes. That's how it is.
Yeah, and I love how that first stock goes to an F throw, but all of the setups before we got there were the real highlights that I actually missed. But yeah, we saw that dare into up B, and then we got to see that like I think it was cross. It was like holy water in the cross, something weird. I don't know how it worked, but either way, all kinds of crazy stuff from Dark Falcon.
Simon and Richter Belmont are like the poster boys for it's the journey, not the destination.
That's true, dude. That's a really good way to put it.
But our final destination for this Winners Finals is Pokemon Stadium 2, a stage that I feel Joker is super at home with, so I'm very curious to see if Dark Falcon can maintain the pressure that we've seen that's gotten them into this Game 5, or if Zane's going to finally rob away the win that they want.
Alright, I mean, so far it's looking like all things coming up Dark Falcon, unless Zane... I just feel like Dark Falcon kind of figured out Zane's game plan, and this is where you kind of start to see that this isn't Zane's main, you know? I mean, the main is Duck Hunt, and okay. But if I'm being honest with you, I think anyone who's in losers, whether it be Sola or Rivers left at this point, is probably hoping that they don't have to revert, you know, they don't have to basically play Duck Hunt twice. I'd probably rather play Belmont, although I don't even know. I actually don't know that for sure.
Yeah, no, I think at this point both of these players have shown that it's like a real pick your poison method. As Zane nets first blood in the final game of this set, I think both of them are formidable adversaries that you really just don't want to have to fool around with any longer than necessary. And that's going to be, once again, Losers Final is going to be invested with 5 territory. I don't really know if anyone wants to tango with Belmont for 5 games.
No, I mean,
or Duck Hunt. Like,
yeah, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation in this case. But Zane really starting to mount the lead here, and again, I will remind everyone, Zane was up 2-0 here. This was very much, oh my god, he's out.
It's such a brutal sound too, as the Rebels guard just clocks in.
It's like so ominous sounding to it, yo.
All the projectiles coming together for a very nice stock from Dark Falcon.
All right, well that was a good Belmont clip. At least that all killed. And
yeah, like it's one thing to see the projectiles one after another, but when they're all woven together into one string, it's really impressive.
It's really something to behold for sure. It's quite the sight. And it's one of those things that tilts you if you're on the other end of the spectrum, but in the case of Dark Falcon, or for Belmont fans everywhere, you do love to see it. We'll see, though. I mean, this is Joker from Zane is really quite good, and did have that 2-0 lead, so really all it's going to take is a couple really good Arsene plays or otherwise, but Dark Falcon...
Yeah, like, I feel like it's worth noting, like, these are still even stocks, and we've seen this set go back and forth every which way.
Yeah, dude, it's really hard to count anyone out. I mean, someone could go down a whole stock now, and I really can't even put much stock into that, because that was where Dark Falcon started mounting this comeback, was literally after an SD and on the last stock. But unless we're going to see more magic like that, this might be going into the hands of Zane.
Oh,
okay.
I think if that was upwards angled forward smash, that might have been... I don't know if death, but really dangerous for Zane at center stage.
Alright, so prepared with the Rebels guard. Gotta be. This is the situation we've seen Zane in, and they seem to get the Arsene back when the projectile's out. But again, Belmonts rely on this. They need to have the, Belmonts need that pressure out like this too.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I mean, to Dark Falcon's credit, Dark Falcon's keeping a really consistent game plan here. And not wavering from what's been working when it does work, I think, is what's really important. Because Belmont doesn't really have a lot of options available to him. Like, Joker can fix up how he plays, however Zane wants them to. But Belmont, there's not a lot of wiggle room. It's really all on Dark Falcon to stick to a strong game plan and make it work.
God, every time that stresses me out. Alright, so Whip not going to do it yet. Finding an answer here is going to be so crucial to this potential comeback. Potential reverse 3-0, but, looking a little bit bleak for Dark Falcon. Despite getting that, things looking a little better, at least.
Because I think that was the first up B out of shield we've seen all set.
I literally think it was, yeah. The only up Bs we've seen have been to recover or off a dare. That was the first one we've actually seen out of shield, because it is a good option there.
Like, Belmonts are incredibly limited when it comes to quick, close-range options. So, Dark Falcon waiting this long to take that out of the arsenal, super important.
Dude, I was expecting just to see charge F smash. I think oh man, that might be it.
That's that. Yup. The guns finish it up. What could have been disastrous for Zane manages to work itself out in the end, and Zane takes the set 3-2, narrowly avoiding a reverse 3-0 from Dark Falcon.
What a set, Hangman. That was like probably one of the better winter finals I've seen in a DNA in quite some time.
I think for any of our viewers who plugged in and saw that the top Duck Hunt and the top Belmont were ready to play in a best-of-5, this was the best-case scenario for what anyone could have asked for.
This was relatively fast-paced considering, you know, you got a zone around screen and could have potentially had 2. But Zane kept it together, you know, had that early lead, and Dark Falcon started figuring them out, and then they just sort of pressed the gas again, game 5, so well played.
And you want to know something, Chris? This is actually the exact kind of situation that I'm really glad that Zane has stuck to their guns, no pun intended, and has really worked out this Joker. Because I feel like even though they're an excellent Duck Hunt player, when it comes to just in general being a Smash player, I feel like one of their weakest aspects is the clutch factor. Like, the notion of them really keeping their composure to the very end, to the end of the last game, to the end of the last stock. I feel like anytime I'm watching a set that anyone will conclude as a heartbreaker when you root for them, is because they just aren't able to hold it together. And I feel like that has to do with how Duck Hunt's kit isn't really well equipped for fighting in those high-pressure situations at high percentages. Joker, though? Joker's got the goods. Joker's got plenty of buttons that you can put out there to be able to bring out a stock, no matter how messy or clean it is. So that right there, picture-perfect reason for why Zane should keep going with this Joker, and why I hope we see more of it later on tonight.
I hope so, too. And I mean, we just might.